Yo, what up? It's Cole, and I want to run you guys through a quick comparison, or rather a side-by-side of where I see the video generation space for social media going, some of the problems I personally have with it being a content creator, and just some objective facts about kind of where we're headed. And I want to give this as context for anyone who's an affiliate right now, because by the end of this loom, I want to have armed you with the best information so that when you're talking about OSSA.AI, you can really segment OSSA and yourself away from all these other AI video generation tools that really people are kind of sick of, to be honest, from what I've seen. But diving into it, obviously, I'm going to use NVIDIA AI because it's a perfect example. And just please know that this is just a example, and they've done incredible things, and props to them. They have a massive team. They've worked really hard, massive company. They're obviously doing something right. But being content creators, I think it's important that we look at these things and we compare them. And I want to give you guys context because you're supporting us. And by no means is this a pick a side, because I think there's enough market for everyone to win. But I want to just share some insight so that everyone has proper context to really what's trying to be done here at OSSA.AI. With that being said, quick comparison. I think the best way to explain OSSA.AI versus NVIDIA or any of these other tools that I don't even have to name, but you guys are aware of, is that it's been built by a creator for creators or for brands or for businesses. And really, when we look at these other tools, they've really been built by developers and kind of not necessarily for creators. And I'll explain what that means in a second. These are the main frameworks I look at when we're trying to use any sort of AI tool for some sort of creative endeavor. When we look at video generation on social media, and a lot of the people watching this are creators, especially the affiliates, you guys would probably agree that prompt to video is actually not in the best interest of a content creator. Why is that? The same reason that we don't use ChatGPT and just put a prompt in and say, write me a newsletter about the top 10 AI tools, and we copy and paste that and post it. That same framework with a newsletter, with a tweet that you make, sure, maybe you could fine tune a model to make it really, really good for that specific use case. But in the general sense, doing prompt to video creates random outputs. And I'll explain what that means in a second. But as a content creator, it's important. We already understand that the script is the most important part of a video, and relinquishing that to a prompt leads to random outputs. So if I say, make me a video about Elon Musk singing a song, sure, it might be a really cool video, but it's totally random because you have to control the script. And that's one of the big things that we're focused on. Is the reason we're not prompt to videos. Yes. Is it easier to do prompt to video? Sure. Would we get more customers? Maybe. Would people use the product maybe a little bit more? Probably. But is that in the best interest of the actual creator long term? No. So that's why we're script to video, not prompt to video. And I think the moment that you are prompt to video, unless you're creating custom models for someone, you can't claim you're for social media, because the social media system of how it works is feedback. When you create a script, which is the basis of the video, if that video goes and performs, right, and you did a prompt instead of a script, you can't come back and say, I'm going to use that same hook, or I'm going to talk about that same subject, because prompting is randomized in nature. So that's one of the reasons why I think that OSSA.AI is a much better selection for actual content creators, because the framework is built off of a script and words versus prompt, which is random. So that's one thing. Second thing, a lot of these platforms like to add music behind videos. Once again, it goes back to this framework. Would it be easier for us to plug into an API and throw some music, do some classification, and then grab some music that kind of assimilates with the script? Sure. Could we grab copyright music from a library? Yes. But would that be easier for the user? Yes. But is that actually in their best interest? No, because it's going to hurt the engagement of the video. We all know this as content creators. If you have really poor music behind your video, if it's copyright free stock, music, it's going to crush the potential engagement. Music is so important. And our thing has always been, we're not going to add music. We're going to let the billion-dollar platforms that have all the licensing rights to all the best music in the world, we're going to let them do that. We'll focus on the base content. And I think that's a massive problem that we're seeing in a lot of these AI video generation tools, is that they're really just blanketing all these, I don't want to say gimmicks, but they're really blanketing all these tools just to make it easier to get the video. But people don't want easier. They want what works. And what doesn't work is adding copyright-free, boring music behind videos. So that's another thing. We don't add music, and that's why. Last thing, stock images and stock footage. Once again, goes back to, is this, it doesn't really tie to the same thing of, is this easier or not for the user? But what it does tie to is engagement. And that's why people are using these platforms. They want to get more views. They want to get more leads for their business. They want to get, more sales. They want more attention at the end of the day. That's why people want to use a platform like this. They want to save time, right? And they want to get more attention. Cool. Now, what's the problem with stock images and stock footage? Typically, not always, it's kind of boring and it's kind of bland. And content creation is a beautiful thing that requires creativity and uniqueness and uniquely generated information and assets in a way that is very attractive to the observer. And when we start throwing stock images and stock footage in the content, it naturally, typically, not always, becomes less engaging and less exciting, less intuitive to the user. And that's why everything we generate is completely uniquely generated. No single video is the exact same off of OSSA.AI. We don't pull from some stock footage, stock video, anything of that nature. So wanted to kind of just set that as the base framework, but then kind of diving in here. As you can see, and I've talked about this before, it's really hard to create brandable, consistent, and unique content with tools like this. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. But with us, you're going to see that we actually have creators right now, and this is just a few of them, that are consistently using our platform every single day to create unique, brandable, and consistent content that's unique to their brand, which is a problem that has not been solved in the entire AI video space, which is everything is so random. And content creation is not random. I think that's what a lot of these massive tech companies are missing, is because they're looking at it as a technology, not as a creative endeavor. And content creation is always going to, in my opinion, should always be on the human side. And I think a lot of these companies are leaning so far into AI that they're missing the mark on people want ownership. They want to do a little bit of work. They're okay to do a little bit of work as long as they can control the output. And I've found that with these other tools, there's no ownership over the content because it's just so easy to just hit a prompt and do it. But people don't want easy. That's what I've learned. But diving into this, here's a couple examples. This is Joshua. I'm not going to play the video, but you can go in here and look. He is 20 years old, never created content before, grew a platform on YouTube to over 1,000 followers, only posting OSSA.AI content about anime videos. He just likes anime. He's like, I want to tell my story. I want to talk about anime. 1,000 subscribers. Awesome guy. Shout out to Joshua. Read about that. I wrote a little bit on him and what he's done, and it's absolutely awesome. We have Brad here. He's an existing content creator in the AI space, also a business owner, really solid in the marketing side. He's using OSSA.AI to generate content on his platform right now, and he's actually getting more views with our platform than he is on his normal content, which is insane. He's getting more views using OSSA.AI as the base framework for his content than the content where he picks up the camera and films himself. So he's supplementing his current content with OSSA.AI. He's getting more leads, more comments because he's driving people to his newsletter and monetizing. Awesome, right? Liza. She's a very successful existing content creator and a business owner. You could also see, I could even pull it up, but she is crushing it with OSSA.AI. She's been an early access user, or she was an early access user since day one. Her top video has 300K views. You can even see, I believe she's on our website now, so you can even read up on her right here. But she is absolutely crushing it with OSSA.AI, and I actually filmed a podcast with her, so highly recommend you guys listen. You can learn more here. But there's another example, and you could go to her profile. I'm not going to show it right now, but if you click in here and then you go to her profile, I'll just show it real quick. Why not? Come on. All right. We're going to load here. So you can see she's been using OSSA.AI for a good while here. As you can see, 11K views, 20K, 3K. They're not all going to perform, right? But that kind of brings me to my next point. As we're kind of going through, I just kind of want to show you. She's been using it every day since the launch. Her first video did 50K, then 300K, which is awesome. But that kind of dives into the main premise of what we are representing at OSSA.AI. We've never claimed that every video is going to go viral, because within that assumes that there's no control for the user. And how we work is we're a tool, and it's as good as the person using it. Someone like Lisa, she's absolutely crushing it because she understands content creation, what makes a good script and what's good information, and how do I turn that into an engaging piece of content through OSSA.AI. Not every video is going to perform, but I think that's really important. And if we look at the two marketing strategies, and before I do, Austin, we'll go into this in a second. He's growing a page right now, 700 subscribers in about 12 days. I think he's at almost 800. But before we dive into that, I want to talk about the marketing strategy. One thing that I just wanted to make clear is that how we market at OSSA.AI is we just show proof of content, just like I showed you right now. We're just showing proof of content creators who are using the platform every single day and growing their accounts, getting more sales, getting more leads, and going viral. And when we look at all these other companies, what they do is they basically just claim that they're the best platform for growing a page or growing a following with objectively little to no proof. If you go to our profiles on social media, especially on X, there's tons of just proof of this person achieved this success. If you go to the podcast, I talked to Lisa. She even says, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting more sales, more leads, more views. Same thing with Brad. I have a podcast with him soon. And then what a lot of these companies do is they just show the process of creating the content without showing the actual results. And instead of just saying that, you can't make this up. First of all, you can't make this up. I'm just showing you guys what it is. So I was looking at this company's page and video, and this was like yesterday as I was creating this. And then I'm like, this would be a great comparison. And they posted a video recently saying that I blew up my channel in 30 days. Here's how, right? And then this is a pretty common theme. I'm not calling out in video because this is how all these companies are marketing. But basically,
3 million views.
They basically just show these people are going super viral with faceless content. And then they plug their tool in and say, this is how you can do it with our tool, but with no proof. And granted, there is some proof here, but as I looked through, right, so this account, so in 30 days, so the account was created in November, right, and they have 131 subscribers, and I think that's around what they said in the video, and it's 30 days of posting. And then here's the videos. You can see some of these videos actually perform really well. But what's the main problem with this type of content as well as many other platforms? There's no brandability here. There's nothing really unique about this specific brand. It's very generalized. The stock footage, like I talked about, is very generalized. And this is what's happening is they have a decent amount of videos here that perform, but no subscribers because it's very hard to form a community and to form an audience with inconsistent content of just stock footage, even if the information's really good, right? So we come down here, and just for the record, the first video that they posted was on the 28th, and the most recent video was on the 3rd of March. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just showing the facts here. They said 30 days, but this channel's been around for at least 5 months. And you can even see here in January, they're at 62 subscribers. But that's beyond the point. If we come here, here's Austin Armstrong, another massive creator. Like I said, the tool's as good as the person using it. Austin knows how to write a good script. He understands the value of the platform. He's gained 700 subscribers since the 18th, which is 13 days. And this was screenshotted yesterday. You can see 742 subscribers. I bet if I clicked in, it would probably be higher at this point. You can see pretty high views. I mean, 11K, 11K, 10K with 18 videos. So here we have 41 videos. And hear me out. This is just one example. So I get that too. But 18 videos, 41 videos, actually took him 12 days, claiming 30 days, right? But really, the account's been around for 5 months. And the reason I'm so passionate about this stuff is because this is what happens. This is what I've seen what happens. People come to this platform because they get excited about content creation. And they're like, okay, like it's going to be so easy to build a page and to go viral. And they end up getting here. And I've seen this because there's been people in my community that follow me that have wanted to get into content creation and have had experiences with these tools. And they get here, and what's the end result? They think they suck at content creation and they don't want to create content anymore because they come here and they think, oh, I'm going to build this page and I'm going to do all these things and I'm going to go viral like because I watch this. And they don't. And then they stop and they don't want to do content anymore. And for me, as a content creator and someone who's really passionate about helping people actually really succeed and create content, that's where I have a problem. And if you look at over here, what actually happens? Well, if OSSA.AI and myself have always said this, you'll never find a video of me saying that it's guaranteed to go viral, but I say the tool is as good as you are. But understand that if you get better with content creation, you can write a good script, you can understand what music to add, you can understand how to brand your page, then this person starts creating content and they start understanding that going viral is not guaranteed and AI should be used as a tool. And they want to keep creating content. And for me, that's the true vision. That's the true goal of OSSA.AI, is that we want to make influence accessible to everyone. But we also don't want to tear away creativity and uniqueness to specific people and to their brand. I've been in content creation for over 5 years, over 7 million followers, I believe over 5 billion views at this point. And if there's one thing I've realized is that there's just some things in content creation that shouldn't be automated. And AI can, at this point in time, AI is not ready to replace some of these things. And I think the main difference between us and all these other companies that are doing AI video generation is that we have proof and there's actual big creators using our platform right now. This is unprecedented in the AI space. Like, we have actual brandable big creators using this, and we have actual proof, and that's what we show. And bringing this full circle, right? Austin Armstrong is an affiliate. He's the owner of his own company, Syllabi, and Sociality Pro. First of all, he's awesome. So shout out to Austin. Love this man. He's been great to us. So shout out to him. He's an affiliate of OSSA.AI. And what have we found? Well, funny enough, we found that he's the top performing affiliate. And I'm not going to talk about his leads or sales because I'm just not, because that's Austin's information. But in terms of clicks, right? 6,000 clicks total from 2 sets of posts, most of them from the first set of posts. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I know there's going to be some affiliates watching this, probably some other people. And what did he do? He genuinely just showed 3 days ago, I started a brand new Faceless channel. It's already got 2,700 views and 200 subscribers. He got, I believe, almost 5,000, maybe a little bit more clicks, a lot of leads, and a decent amount of sales by just showing, hey, like, this thing actually works. I did it. And I think that's, to bring this full circle, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And we've always set out since day one, we've said we're only going to, if the product doesn't work, we shouldn't be here. If the product cannot help people actually get engagement, what is the point of the tool? That's literally what I said since day one. And it's humbling to have people like Austin, people like Lisa, people like Brad, people like Joshua, who have never done content before, that are able to actually get engagement and grow their following and tell their story. And the main takeaway here is that the best way to tell people about OSSA.AI is to show that other large creators are using it, because this is something that no other AI video generation company for social media has. And they have to resort to this. Basically showing other big pages, this faceless person did 2 million views, and then here's how you do it with my tool. How about we actually show people that are using your tool and doing it? That's what people want. So Austin, shout out to you. He's crushing it, and I highly recommend anyone that is an affiliate of OSSA.AI, instead of going this route of trying to overhype the tool, just show people the proof of people actually getting results through the tool, because that's what people want. I think people are somewhat sick of getting promoted and getting pushed tools that are not really serving the end use case, which at the end of the day, at least from what these companies are claiming, is to grow a page and to grow a following, to grow a brand. And we're the first company in the world that's actually delivering on that. And we may be smaller, we may have a small team, we may be bootstrapped, but our vision is very strong. And I truly believe that at the end of the day, when all the hype is gone and all the dust settles and people are looking for a tool that actually works, OSSA.AI is going to prevail. Because like I said, we are built by a creator for content creators. We're not built by a whole technical side. Of course, we have an engineering team, but the difference between us is we are built for creators. And these other companies are very tech focused and trying to automate creative processes, which is not how content creation works. So regardless of this, shout out to every video tool in the AI space, because the market's big enough for us to all win. But I do have to disagree with some of the ways that these companies are operating, because it's turning people off of content creation. And if our goal is truly to, at least for us, if our goal is to truly help people become content creators and make influence accessible to everyone, then the tool better damn work to get views on social media, or else you probably shouldn't be marketing as that. So regardless, I'm not asking anyone to pick sides. I'm just giving some context to why OSSA.AI is actually the best video generation tool for social media, for short form content in the entire world, in my opinion. I might be biased because I am the CEO, but as a content creator, I think it's really important to talk about these things because people are wanting to get into content creation more than ever now. And for me, it's super important that I do my best to direct them towards somewhere where they have the highest likelihood of success and achievement. So regardless, I know a lot of people have worked with us. I know a lot of people work in video AI. I'm a creator too. If companies ask you to work with them, I get it. I've worked with them too before. I'm not asking anyone to not work with any certain company. I think it's a beautiful thing to have multiple companies and competitors and obviously many opportunities for creators. So that's not what this is. This is simply just me laying out the objective facts of why I think that OSSA.AI is the best video generation tool in the world right now. And for all the affiliates, highly recommend that you take this approach. This is the first AI tool in the world that is actually getting used by famous creators. I found the first AI video generation tool that actually works, and then showing proof of the creators that are using it. This is the first tool that was created by a famous influencer, and it shows other massive creators are using it every day. I'm sure you've heard of tools like insert tool, insert tool, insert tool, but this is the first tool in the world that actually is getting used by famous short form content creators. This approach, I believe, will be incredibly beneficial to any of anyone who's talking about OSSA.AI, any of the affiliates. And we actually found out, last thing here as I wrap this up, thanks for staying on this, by the way, I know it's a long one. We actually pulled some data from our existing users, and we found out that the most used or the most common use case is for actually existing creators. They've been converting the most, they've been using the product the most, and that's a beautiful thing. So there's some great information for anyone who's talking about OSSA.AI. Thank you for watching this through. If you're not an affiliate, we have a free forever plan. Not sure where we're going to put this, but have a wonderful day. See ya.